going to have to be completely honest with you. I filmed this introduction about 4 hours ago and then I realised everything I said I was going to do, I just haven't done. And so rather than, you know, come up again day after day after day trying to get those jobs done just through a video, I just thought I'd show you what I have done. I'm quite proud of some of the stuff that's been going on. Quite proud of this little broody chicken as well, but I have to keep lifting her off her nest because she won't come off on her own, but she needs to get her exercise and her food, don't you? So yeah, little junior here's feeling a bit hormonal. But yeah, so what I've done, basically I've just gone off-piste, AWOL. I'm not having a plan today. I'm just going to show you what I've been up to, and actually I've really enjoyed just going round, doing a few things that need to be doing, but just doing what I want to do. So come on, I'll show you what I've been up to. I spent a couple of hours one afternoon last week listening to my spooky podcast that I like to listen to, which always terrifies me when I'm in the middle of gardening, but there you go. Clearing out the weeds, sorting out the double greenhouse, and finally getting some of the chilli peppers in. I say some because some are chilli peppers, some are sweet peppers. I've got at least 6, 10, I've got at least 20 plants, but hopefully we'll see what we get this year, and we might be in for a lovely chilli success. Quick update from the kitchen here. We've had this shop-bought purple sweet potato sitting in a glass of water for probably, I've got to be honest, about 2.5 months. And whereas it was producing lots of roots, these slips have only just appeared this week. It's probably going to be way too late to plant it, but yeah, it's really exciting to see that something's happening. So we are going to be getting this in the polytunnel and just seeing what happens, because you know, nothing lost, nothing gained, nothing ventured, nothing lost, nothing, you know what I mean. Yeah, exciting times. Right, okay, you can probably see the polytunnel has started to fill up again. It's gone through many personalities over the last couple of months, this polytunnel, full of seedlings, full of rubbish, empty of rubbish, and now it's filling up again, but at least this time it's with something good, because I have got this side almost ready, I say almost, to put my tomatoes in. I've got 14 tomato plants on this side. I don't know if it's picked up on camera there, but I've got another 14 to go in that side. But the reason, or one of the reasons that they're not in yet, is because I've been spending way too long pondering as to how to support them this year. I've used the string system before, which I found okay. We've used a frame before, which was all right, but to be honest, I just wanted to pop some sticks in and probably regret it later on, because they'll get to this height and then start to flop. But yeah, I just wanted to have an easy life, because all in all, I've got 28 tomatoes, and that's just in the greenhouse. And I mean, why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we always overplant? I've got to be honest, there's only about 1 or 2 of each variety in here, but it's just so many varieties. But if you remember, when I showed you the soil in here last time, it was so dry, it was dry as dust. And bless him, Mike has been last week, and he topped it all with our municipal council compost. And then he put loads of water on it, so you can see there it's actually quite moist. It's quite nice now. It does hold together even a little bit if you squish it. So that's, the soil is in a much better condition. The plants themselves will be planted to about halfway up the stem, so there's going to be some nice deep holes there to allow the stem underneath to start putting out roots, so they should have a really good root system on there. And yeah, and the bottom of the hole will have a handful of calcified seaweed in. But if you're wondering what's going to happen, how I'm going to be tying these in, last year I came across this product, which was, I'm not affiliated by the way, bought myself. like a Velcro thing. I don't know if you've seen them before. You can either buy a whole strip of this Velcro on a roll and cut it to size, or you can buy them ready cut. I only had one roll last year. Wish I'd got more, but I'll leave a link so you can take a look below and see. Oh, it's so hot. Let me just see. It's 35 degrees Celsius in here at the moment. Right, okay, so yeah, so they're going to be done. They're going to be planted halfway up. I'll be using these to support them. What I'll do when they get to this height is probably just think, why didn't I use the string system like I should have done? But there you go. Hopefully we'll be able to get them in sooner rather than later. You know what, it's just too hot in that polytunnel at the moment. I thought I could either get all my tomato plants in, be really pleased with myself and run the risk of heat stroke and or death, or you know what, I could just have a little break and come out and sit by the pond because I love it here. As you know, this pond went in, it's tiny, it went in 2 or 3 months ago now, and already we have got plants just filling up this space. Too much, you might say, but as you know, I want to have interest from the earliest possible time in the year to the latest possible time in the year. So I have already we've had bluebells, we've had primulas here, they are all gone now. We have got the oriental poppies that my friend Susie passed on, being absolutely beautiful. I mean, sadly, that was just gone. And that one hasn't opened yet, but believe you me, they're fantastic. I've got self-seeded lemon balm, I've got self-seeded fennel. We've still got the rhubarb all around the edge. But yeah, I want to put stuff in now that is going to keep me going over the summer and hopefully into the autumn. So, and I'm just going to say, just as I'm looking at them, one of the reasons I love sitting here is we've got so many frogs. We have got so many frogs, but I can see 3 at the moment. They don't seem to be at all bothered about me being here. But we've counted up to 5 at any one time, which is amazing for such a small pond. But it shows to me that this space is working for them. They've got loads of shade, they've got loads of shelter, they've got hidey holes, and hopefully they will be paying me back by getting rid of a whole load of slugs out the garden. So great. But yeah, so what I've been doing today, I've just put a few more plants in. I have got the verbena is coming now. I have got my monarda, the white bergamot, that's here. So that should come up here, really pollinator friendly. I've got a chillia there, just right in front of the camera so you won't be able to pick it up. I have got some rudbeckia. So all of that corner, hopefully, will be buzzing. I've got Rocky behind the camera at the moment, so it just wobbled. I think you may well have tripped over the tripod. But I've also got things like this. You're just walking on all my plants. Okay. It's also very dog friendly, as you can see. Oh, don't lick. Oh, don't do that. There's frogs in there. Don't swallow a frog. Oh, Rocky, you've got a big thing of clean water down by the greenhouse. That's my I had some lovely plants in this area. You can sit down. Come on, it's too hot for him, bless him. I have got some of the plants left that I got from the Malvern Royal Horticultural Show, which was 3 weeks ago now. I still haven't got them in, and look at them, bless them. These need to go in. This is hare's tail. Okay, which again is striking ornamental grass. I don't usually think of growing grass, you know, but attracting pollinators to your garden, which is what I'm always after. And I've got to be honest, I've got no idea whatsoever what this is. It looks like it could be a thornless bramble, which it might well be, but non-distinctive leaves, strange little spiky bits in the leaf joints there. But I'm going to put it in because that's the thing with this area. It doesn't really matter what you put. I just, if it survives, it survives. Pound a plant, I don't mind risking whether it's going to come back or not next year. So yeah, I'm just going to play around a bit. I'll probably just sit here and watch the frogs for a while actually. And, but yeah, then I'll get some more in. Now last week we looked at the alderman peas which I'd sown directly, and there was one pea, and since then there's actually no peas, so which isn't good for anybody. So I'm just going to have a little look. I've lost my hurry again, and I'm going to look. Okay, so things are happening. I was going to, you know what, I might still do another row of peas in front of it. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to be very careful. That's not a pea. You can tell the peas because they're really nice and fleshy. So, oh, is that a, no. But I was actually watching Gardener Scott's latest video, and he was talking about direct sowing. Now, he's in Colorado. This is very boring for you looking at me tickle a bit of soil, but I'm quite interested to see if anything's going on. Let's just dig. I'm just going to dig this bit. I might have to sacrifice a pea. So he's got a much shorter... Oh, there's another one. Look, they are coming. They are coming. Oh, I've just beheaded them. Sorry, pea, put your back. I can see the roots as well. Yeah, he was talking about how he directs a lot of his crops because he's got such a short growing season. He hasn't got the time to sort of, you know, have them in the greenhouse, transplant this, that and the other. So he just plants them directly, and he said something that I thought was really, really struck true, which was nature does it all the time. Nature reproduces things all the time. She drops seeds to the ground. When the ground is ready, when the seed is ready, they will grow. And I think a lot of us do get worried about, I'm just putting this back over now, do get worried about being the first to get them out. I've said this before, rushing because they see other people putting things out at the right time, and are we always too late? I'm always chasing my tail in the garden, so I'm saying all this, but I don't necessarily listen to myself. But it was just really, really interesting. I'll leave a link to the video below, and he's saying why you shouldn't be transplanting everything all of the time. You know, don't let them suffer transplant shock. You will know in your climate and your environment when the soil is ready and ripe for your seeds, and if you put them in directly, you are not going to transplant them at all, and they should be stronger plants. Now, saying that, if you're anything like me, there's another, you see, they are coming. They've just been waiting for the warmth and the wet, along with the slugs. But I'm going to put another line along here anyway, so I've got a bit of a successional row, she says. But yeah, really interesting actually, just a different way of looking at things. I like that. Okay, I'm leaving on. I've got a bit of a thing. My battery is exhausted. I know, says loads. On my camera, so I've got my phone here, so I'm a little bit wobbly, and you are at arm's length because I haven't got a selfie stick. So yeah, a bit wobbly. On the way up to my squash patch, I would just like to say thank you for subscribing if you're new here. And I'm going to try and recite the names of all the patrons, because the Patreon page is another way that you can support the channel. So wish me luck. Here we go. Steve, Danny, Charlotte, Rue, Annette, Anne Sims, Anne Canty, Pinja, Sharon and Max. Woohoo! Anyway, here we go. We're at the squash patch.
Well, I think last time you were here I was just staking things out for my little squash patch, and now I've managed to keep the vegetation down a little bit with hoeing, and I've planted 16 squash. Well, that's a hard thing. I've got Guatemalan blue banana. I've got Uchichi-kuri. Yeah. I've got partial eclipse. I've got baby blue Hubbard.
Tromboncino?
I've got tromboncino.
Uchichi-kuri?
I've got Uchichi-kuri. I've got Queensland blue. Did I mention I've got delicata?
No. Okay.
I've got delicata, and I've got mashed potato, and I've got buttercup squash. So I think that's what I've got. I think that's everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, what
No, I haven't. I've got sweet mama as well.
Oh, right, okay. So
Yeah.
let's have a little look. We've been using the scanthus grass, I can see.
Well, I've had to use a bit of everything really.
Yeah.
So it's miscanthus grass, it's copper wire, and I've even had to use, I've had to resort to some organic slug pellets, because some of this stuff was just getting absolutely nobbled despite that. And yeah, the person that I'm gifted this portion of the allotment from is fine with organic slug pellets. So
Looking good though.
thank you, Jane.
Next time you come and have a look, you probably won't be able to see the soil.
Or
Completely covered. Or you'll be able to see all the soil.
because
and
everything's
plants.
been eaten by slugs, but I really hope not.
Fantastic.
So I'm just going to wander back up. Look, don't you just love looking at other people's plots? I know it's incredibly nosy. I know the people here won't mind me showing them. There's Alan's, there's Dave's, and then there's Sheila's coming up. But yeah, just don't fret if you haven't stuck to oh, that's a really nice one, but you can't see. Don't fret. I think that's basically, if there's a message to this video. Don't fret if you haven't stuck to a plan. The fact that you've got up to your allotment or your garden or just spent time at all in your outside space is just, it's just food for the soul, isn't it? Anyway, take care of yourselves and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.